someone commented on my last video I did something along the lines of, obviously it's, I want you to elaborate because obviously not everyone can do what you've done. And when he means what you can do what you've done, I assume he's referring to the fact that I make good money each month online from incomes that I've created myself, and I started from not that much. So I want to talk about that because I don't agree with that. I believe that anyone can do it, but I want to sort of give you a quick insight into my story and at points where I didn't even want to get up in the morning. And I was in what most would consider depression, although it wasn't clinically, diagnosed. So I'm not going to say that I was clinically depressed, but I was at a stage where I didn't want to get up in the morning. So let me share you a little story of where I came from and what I pushed myself through to get to where I am now, which, by the way, is nowhere near finished on my journey. I'm still consider myself very, very early on the journey. I don't consider myself successful, but I guess some would say, I've done pretty well being able to earn a living online, financially, go wherever I want, live the life that I want at the moment. So anyway, let's dive into this. So it was probably around about 4 years ago now, 5 years ago, I was at a stage where I wasn't happy with what I was doing. I was not doing the businesses that I wanted to do. I started at 19 with a gardening landscaping business. That went well. I decided to quit that to pursue better income opportunities, more freedom, etc., which didn't go well initially. It did not go well. This is a bit of my story. I started like a cleaning agency. I started a subscription box business. I've started multiple businesses. If you were to look on my company director thing with my name, then you would find probably about 12 companies. But if you look at anyone, once again, not saying I'm a massive success, anything to do with them, but if you look at all the big successful people that I aspire to be, the Gary Vaynerchuks, the Ed Miletts, all them people, they've had multiple companies in their name, multiple companies before they actually got one to succeed. It's very normal, but it doesn't feel normal. It feels far from normal. So that was my sort of story. I had these multiple failures before I got to the stage where I am now, where some momentum is actually building. And people don't understand the judgment that comes with that and how it affects your mindset. Not only did I have them setbacks in business, which probably triggered the sort of depression slight thing that I was going through, once again, not clinically diagnosed depression, but some things that I was going through personally with my mind and the stuff that I was thinking was far from normal. So I was not only going through business challenges, and I'm telling you this, guys, by the way, that the stuff that I've been through, and people see what is now to be a relatively successful, not finished article on my journey to where I want to go right now. People may see that and not see the challenges that I had. So this is what I'm picking up in this video, to prove that anyone can get to where I am, and then, which is at the start of my journey to go to where I want to go. I had times where, when I was living at home with my mum, and I remember, I'll never forget it, she came in my bedroom once, and I not screamed at her, but said to her quite firmly, you need to get out, because, I was just so in my own head, overthinking stuff. And I don't know if anyone knows it, but it was sort of ruminating, overthinking, and just obsessive thoughts that I was having at this time about multiple areas of my life, that I could hardly think straight. And when I got a grip on a thought that was going to clear up a thought in my head so that I no longer felt depressed for the next hour, 2 hours, until that thought subsided, and then I had another ruminating, overthinking thought. This was like a mental health crisis, if you like, that I was going through. Once again, not mentally, not clinically diagnosed. But it was definitely a big issue for me. I was getting derealization, depersonalization. Google that if you don't know what it is. Really scary stuff. And I sort of, in a way, lightly screamed, just like, you need to get out, because because I couldn't think straight, and I was in the middle of stuff, and that went on for a long time. Where I just wasn't thinking straight, and I didn't want to get up in the morning, and it was absolutely the most depressing time. My businesses were failing. Everything that I started was failing. I had no regular income. I felt like an absolute total loss, a loser, living at home and blah, 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 blah. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, but I was hard on myself at the time. Business was failing, personal life was not good. Any relationship or women that I started seeing, obviously realised that I probably at the time wasn't stable, and I had some sort of obsessive thoughts and overthinking, and it didn't work out for me with them. Every area of my life at that time was not good, but I kept pushing, and this is the difference. I kept pushing. I didn't even go and get a job, although maybe that would have been the right thing to do. I started back where I got success initially, which was my gardening business. I plucked the courage up to buy an old van for 1,500 quid, 12. I can't remember how much it was. Maybe it was a couple of grand, which I just about managed to save. I got some gardening tools second hand from Facebook Marketplace, slapped some logos on it, handed out leaflets, and then started to build my life again. And a lot of people don't know that was a struggle that I was going through, because I put a brave face on and confidently convinced myself that I was okay to do that, when I actually really, really hated it, sitting there weeding people's beds and cutting people's hedges in the rain and the sludge and the dirt, and all these rich people that looked down on you. Just got on with it. I just got on with it and handed out leaflets again and just built that up. And then in the meantime, I started doing the business that I do now. I started researching Amazon, doing courses on Amazon. There was like a £1 course, £1 a week, £1 a month, whatever it was, by Brock Johnson, called The Last Amazon Course. And I did that, and I kept going through that, saved up some money, did some other sort of mentorship, which, by the way, you don't need mentorship. You can just learn everything on YouTube, etc. But I did do that. I suppose the accountability helped me, and I gradually reinvested that money, sold the van that I initially bought, used some capital that I saved up, and then invested a small lump, £2,000-3,000 into Amazon. And I had to sit on that and let that reinvest and compound over. Patiently had to wait for, I would say, 8 to 9 months before I could even pay myself what would consider something even average, like 500 a month, 800 a month. And then I had to keep being patient and fast forward to now, which is, I don't know, almost 4 years, probably 3 years and 8 months, something like that. I can't remember. December 2019 I started the company, so you work that out. I had to be extremely really patient and wait for it all to compound. And then only in the last year, I would say, I've really seen the compounding building up and the money building up in the company, and expanding to different marketplaces and expanding to different income streams, and starting an agency soon and everything like that, because of the experience that I've gained and the contacts that I've gained. So what I want to explain in this video is that if I can do it, getting through that, the mental health issues that I was having, once again undiagnosed, but mental health issues that I was having at the time, I no longer have them, thankfully, and the financial impact that I was having, and the businesses that I started and they failed, and I kept going and I kept going and I kept going, then yes, I believe that anyone can do it. Yes, I absolutely do. If you can get yourself a job working in a cafe and go and rent yourself a single room somewhere for 500 quid a month, and then let's say you're earning 1,200 quid a month after tax, live extremely cheap, don't treat yourself to any holidays or anything like that, and then save 300 quid a month, 400 quid a month, put that into a pot, and then start your business. Yes, I believe that you could do it. Or live at home with your parents, or live with a friend. Yes, I believe you can do it, but I do believe it comes down to how much you want to do it. The truth is, I would have done it no matter what. If I did it through the mental health struggles that I had and the multiple businesses that didn't work, that's a mentality thing. A lot of people think that it's to do with your surroundings. A lot of people think it's to do with your current circumstances. Sorry, it's not. It's everything is up here. Everything is your mindset. And that's one thing that I've truly learned right now. If I feel myself doubting myself and worrying about last month's income, last month's success, or whatever you want to call it, then I'm not thinking straight. I should always be thinking bigger than that. If I think to myself, oh, last month the business only made, let's say, 10 grand, something like that, I shouldn't be dwelling on that. I should only be working on the outcome of it doubling or tripling. Right, okay, that happened. Now let's work on what I'm in control of, because all you can ever work on is what you're in control of. So now in my journey, anything that I do right now, I will tweak my mindset and say, right now, we all fall down occasionally, but in general, I'm like, right, okay, right now, I need to focus on what I'm in control of. And what I'm in control of is 10xing. 10xing, 5xing, smashing myself to the next level by ignoring them doubtful thoughts of last month's performance, for example. Let's say that it's bad, and smashing my next goals, smashing where I want to be in terms of my mindset. I'm going to knuckle down and work 5 times, 10 times more on what I need to work on to catapult my business to the next stage. I'm not going to dwell on what happened last month. And that's a massive mindset shift that if I deployed that sooner, I would be in a much bigger situation. So I wanted to pick up on that because someone reckoned that not anyone can do it, and I believe that anyone can do it. Maybe not overnight, but anyone that truly wants to do it can do it. They can start building a life where, once again, guys, I'm not there yet. I'm not like a massive success. None of this. I never say that I am. I've never claimed to be that. But am I getting traction in business now, finally, after years? Yes. And I'm proud of that. And I'm going to try and talk to others about how they can start to get on the train that I'm trying to get on myself. So I hope that video's helped. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, depending on when you're watching this. And I will see you in the next video. Let me know if you watched all the way to the end of this video. Type in unicorn Amazon. No, don't type in unicorn Amazon, because this isn't related just to Amazon. Type in unicorn seller below, and I'll know that you've watched the whole video and you're a proper trooper. So I'll see you in the next video. My name's Hayden. Peace out.